Erasmus evening.
Hi guys, welcome to the third part of Erasmus evening. Today in my studio I have three of beautiful girls. First,
Hi, I'm Cassandra
from
Germany.
Natalia from Bulgaria.
And I'm Olga from Ukraine.
And my name is Gabi, I'm from Poland, and today we will talk about superstitions, about magic, because 2 days ago we had in Poland a day of predictions, of omens, magics, beliefs, and Reiki. You know what's that?
Yes.
No.
What? Do you have it in your countries?
Well, actually, I was looking it up on the internet and I found out that we have it. It's called Andrew's Night. But actually, the first time I've heard about it was here in Poland. So I guess that it's not very popular, but it seems as if there were some traditions like years ago. But right now, it's not very popular.
Yes, I became familiar with this here in Poland. In Bulgaria we have some similar things, but not exactly the same. And you should tell us more about this now.
And you have this day of magic exactly in the same day? Or
No. It's
Which
different. Well, they're not exactly magic days, more superstitious than magic. For example, we have one Ignashden, it's called. It's 20th of December, so it's close. And it's a superstitious day. The superstition is that whoever comes first in your house, the next year would be like him exactly. So, but it's not the same. We have some similar but not the same holidays and
So
days.
if to your house comes some good person, your next year will be really nice and kind.
Yes.
Quite. And Olga, in Ukraine.
Yeah, we have this Andrew's Day, and it's celebrated a little bit later because this calendar of our religion is a little bit different from yours. I mean, you in Poland have almost all the celebration days 13 days before than we. So we have it on 12th of December, usual. And it's mostly it's a day for young girls to predict their future about their husband and marriage and something like that, you know.
In Poland it's almost the same because usually, of course, girls are trying to predict the future. And in Poland it's a usual mistake. People think that Andrew's Day and Reiki we have on 30th of November, but it's on the night from 29 to 30. So it's like eve of Andrew's Day. Do you have some divination in your countries?
Yeah, I do have. I can tell that in Ukraine. I've done it twice because my friends who are girls obliged me to do that. So we've done something like, okay, there is a thing that you have on the table 3 things. You have a ring, you have a plate, and a scarf, I suppose. And then you are going to choose one thing of that in a very not you are choosing what you want, but the destiny gives it to you. So you're making it like by numbers or something like that. And if you choose the ring, it means that your future husband will love you very much. If you choose a scarf, it means that he will give you a lot of presents. And if you choose the plate, it means that you will do a lot of housework, something like that. It's like, it sounds very stupid, but it's fun if you're doing it in a nice company.
We have something like that in Poland, but it's a little bit changed because we have 4 cups. One is empty. It means that your New Year's brings you nothing new. The second one is with a coin. It means that you will have a lot of money. And the third one is with the ring. It means that you will get married soon. And the fourth one is with the cross. So it means that you will go to the church to become a priest, or the woman's version. And in Germany?
Yeah, in Germany already the Brother Grimms wrote about it. And there are now various traditions. One of them is that you look into the fire and you say a prayer or some short saying, and then you will see in the fire the person you will get married to later. Or you can also have a look into the mirror, and then you can hope that there will be the person you are going to get married with. Or it's also another tradition that you eat your bread in 3 bites, and the first person you see after that is going to be your future husband or wife. It's also possible, another tradition, that you throw your slipper over your left shoulder, and if the slipper is touching the edge of the door, then it means that you're gonna get married within this year. So we see that there are various traditions, and it's going back to, as in Poland, I suppose, to Holy Andrew, who was not only the patron saint of the fishermen, but also of the lovers. So I guess that's where it's coming from.
In Poland, we have a little bit different tradition with shoes, but only girls who are not married have to take off the shoes. From one wall in the room, you have to put one shoe by one shoe. Every shoe is from different person, and the first one which will touch the door is the shoe of the girl who will get married as a first one.
That's interesting.
Yes, you can try it. And in Bulgaria, you have something with shoes or maybe with some caps.
We have a really common tradition about choosing object, but it's for babies. We call it pruštopulnik, and every baby does it. When the baby is like able to walk on 4 feet, there are some objects put in the table, and it depends on. Okay, this is a prediction about the future profession of the baby. So, for example, if you choose a pen as me, this means that you, I don't know, do something related to writing, or maybe, okay, you can relate it to everything. If you choose, for example, a plate, you can put everything. Well, this is not okay because maybe your future, your child will be a waitress, but no. And yeah, everybody does it. I think it's really common. So everybody, and it's really sometimes the people are like, oh yes, when I picked this subject when I was a baby, this predict all my future, and now I'm a journalist, for example, and I'm always telling that I picked up the pen.
We have the same in Poland, but we are making these predictions always when the baby has 1 year exactly, during the first birthday, and the baby can choose a book, a pen, a glass, money, and I think that's all. No, and the cross. If you want to be, if the baby will be a priest, I choose the glass, so it means that I will drink a lot. My mother always told me that in the same time, but first was the glass, the second money. So party girl. And you have these predictions in Ukraine and Germany.
Well, in Germany, it's possible that we have it, but I feel like in the area where I'm from, it's not very popular. So I guess the only time when we do it is on New Year's Eve, that we have like future predictions, which we nowadays still do. All the other traditions that are older are like becoming more and more forgotten. So on New Year's Eve, we have these tradition that we put molten lead into cold water, and then we are reading the shapes that are created, and this tells us something about our future. But apart from that, I cannot remember that I did any of these traditions. The first time I did it was actually here in Poland, when I celebrated the first Andrzejki here, and it was told that I will get pregnant within the upcoming year, but it was 3 years ago, and I didn't get pregnant yet, so I don't really believe in it.
Better.
By the way, I've done this too. Like, you're taking a candle, you're melting it, and then you're throwing this to the cold water and trying to guess the shape. So
it's typical Polish, the most important Polish prediction during Andrzejki, because you have to put the wax by the key. It's important.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. In Ukraine, we don't have this, but
you are looking for the shape or the shadow of this thing, and then you can read it.
And about this child and 1 year, I mean, the process of choosing the different things. I've heard this about China, so probably there is something common in China, Bulgaria, and Poland.
This should be related with communism somehow. I don't know.
Okay, we'll come back after a short music break.
Ich verbrenn mein Studio, schnupfe die Asche wie Koks. Ich erschlag meinen Goldfisch, vergrab ihn im Hof. Ich jag meine Bude hoch, alles was ich hab, lass ich los. Mein altes Leben schmeckt wie ein labbriger Toast. Brat mir ein Prachtsteak, Peter kocht jetzt feinstes Fleisch. Bin das Update, Peter Fox 1.1. Ich will abshaken, feiern, doch mein Teich ist zu klein. Wir wechseln neue Reihe, Beißer wie bei einem weißen Hai. Gewachs, gedopt, poliert, nagelneue Zähne. Ich bin euphorisiert und habe teure Pläne. Ich kaufe mir Baumaschinen, Bagger und Walzen und Kräne. Stürze mich auf Berlin und drück auf die Sirene. Ich baue schöne Boxentürme, besser massieren eure Seele. Ich bin die Abrissbirne für die deutsche Szene. Hey! Alles glänzt, so schön neu. Hey! Wenn's dir nicht gefällt, mach neu. Die Welt mit Staub bedeckt, doch ich will sehen, wo es hingeht. Steig auf den Berg aus Dreck, weil oben frischer Wind weht. Hey! Alles glänzt, so schön neu. Ich hab meine alten Sachen satt und lass sie in nem Sack verrotten. Motte die Klamotten ein und dann geh ich nackt shoppen. Ich bin komplett renoviert, Bräute haben was zu glotzen. Kerngesund, durchtrainiert, Weltmeister im Schach und Boxen. Nur noch konkret reden, gib mir ein Ja oder Nein. Schluss mit Larifari, ich lass all die alten Faxen sein. Sollte ich je wieder kiffen, hau ich mir ne Axt ins Bein. Ich will nie mehr lügen, ich will jeden Satz auch so meinen. Mir platzt der Kopf, alles muss sich verändern. Ich such den Knopf, treffe die mächtigen Männer. Swing das Land zum Glück, kaufe Banken und Sender. Alles spielt verrückt, zitternde Schafe und Lämmer. Ich seh besser aus als Bono und bin ein Mann des Volkes. Bereit die Welt zu retten, auch wenn das vielleicht zu viel gewollt ist. Hey! Alles glänzt, so schön neu. Hey! Wenn's dir nicht gefällt, mach neu. Hier ist die Luft verbraucht, das Atmen fällt mir schwer. Bye bye, ich muss hier raus, die Wände kommen näher. Die Welt mit Staub bedeckt, doch ich will sehen, wo es hingeht. Steig auf den Berg aus Dreck, weil oben frischer Wind weht. Hey! Alles glänzt, so schön neu. Hey!
In the short break, Olga told us that there is one prediction connected with time.
Yeah, it's not really Ukrainian because I don't want to put this darker shadow to all my country, but I always do like that when I see on the clock the double number, let's say 1313 or something like that. Even it's better if it's like 0000 or 2222, then I make a wish.
I heard that when you see the time, when the hour and the minutes are the same, someone is thinking about you.
Really?
I don't know.
There is even my mother is kind of, I don't know, love these things about numerology.
Numerology?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hard word. So it's actually in the book she has that if you see some particular hour often, that means something. For example, she's always seeing 11:11, and she was like, "Oh, I have to know what this means." So there was like something related to the future again, but I can't say exactly what. So there is even science related to this, to the clocks and what you see.
So maybe I know why your mother is always seeing 11:11, because now we're coming to another tradition in parts of Germany that we start a carnival at the 11th of November, which is 11:11, at 11 o'clock and 11 minutes. So maybe it means that she should come to Germany to celebrate Carnival.
I can't imagine your carnival when it was 2011 year.
Yes, party
Probably
everywhere.
everybody was happy about that, no?
Try to think about the year 1111.
Oh. But it was too early.
Yeah, so
Middle Ages.
if we are talking about numbers, what numbers are lucky and unlucky in your countries?
Well, I think 13 is kind of unlucky, especially when it's connected to Friday 13th.
Yeah,
so
in Poland it's the same.
yeah.
In Ukraine too.
And I think it's common for whole Europe or maybe the whole
No,
world.
for
It's not.
example, Italy has a different day. In Italy, it's Friday, of course, but 17th, not 13th. And lucky number 7 also.
I think for all Christians it's like 3, 7 and 12
Yes.
because of the Bible tradition, something like that. I know one girl who had like a scientific. She wrote a scientific paper about numerology in different texts. I don't remember which ones precisely, but in the result, she had that we usually use 3, 7, and 12. It's like very numbers which are saint for us and connected to religion. I mean, in Ukraine.
Have you ever tried to predict your future? Not
Yes.
only by yourself?
My grandmother, she was kind of working this.
She was a fairy.
Yes, if that's the word. Yes, she was predicting the future in... Well, she wasn't my grandmother, but the mother of my grandmother.
Great-grandmother?
Yes.
I guess.
So she was really famous in her village. A lot of people were going there for predictions and everything. So my grandmother was doing the same, but as her daughter, she was a bit more not taking it as a profession, and she was predicting the future with coffee and beans. So unfortunately, I was little when she passed away, but my father was telling me that she really was predicting some things. For example, his marriage with my mother. And she knew that my mother would be like curly haired and with even different eyes, because she has different eyes. For me, almost nothing, except for that I learned languages.
And do you know how to read from beans? We talked about beans.
I haven't been asking a lot about this, but if I ask, I guess my aunt can teach me, because she can too. But it's like you're putting some beans on the table, and they're like on the way their position stays, you can predict some things, but I'm really not sure how exactly.
When I was in Bulgaria, my friend can read the future from the hands. Can you do it?
Yes, I can. I know the lines and something.
Oh, cool. Okay. So we'll do it later on air, but first I want to ask you girls, Olga and Cassandra, have you ever been to predict your future in some witch, fairy?
No, I have never been going to a future teller, but I was trying to read the cards with my friends. But on the other hand, I think it's something that is personal and connected to my name, as my name is Cassandra. We know that Cassandra was a future teller in ancient times, but she was cursed, so no one wanted to believe in what she was predicting. So that's why I'm staying away from this future telling.
I even read a huge book about this Cassandra and in ancient Greece, because a Ukrainian writer, Lesya Ukrainka, wrote about this, about her life, really, a book, and it's an interesting story. I would advise it to all our listeners to read it if they have time. And about what was the question about?
About witches and fairies. Have you ever been to those kind of persons to predict your future?
No, I would say I tried to predict my future using some stupid divinations, as I told when I was a child or something like that, or a little bit later, but I've never taken it seriously, so I could say that no. Probably no.
I have to tell you that I was once.
Really?
Yes, because my really close friend Claudia from Brzeżino, let's say greetings for her, she's always going to this old woman who is predicting future from cards. And the rules are that you always have to choose the card with your left hand, because it's from your heart, of course, the left one. She was almost right. She told me about my future in more or less half of a year, and everything was right. It's
Really?
correct. Yes.
I mean, I would be very scared if it would be so with me.
But it was a good prediction.
Really?
And probably my friend told me that she never tells people if something bad will happen, because people get crazy. She is always telling good things. She told me about the love, so it was good.
She's a wise one.
The white one, the white fairy. Okay, let's make a short music break, and later we will try to predict our future from hands.
Буває раз на рік, мільярд на еру, 5 на чоловічий вік, берег океану, гітара на піску. І я хочу сказати, що шукав саме таку. Вона з іншої країни, нам бракує слів, а море коло сонця. Припинили спів, стріли загострили, навели приціл, але піднявся вітер, застив їм очі пил. Були ми на прицілі, тюманкмо на мій. Про те, що не відбулося, шкодуємо самі. Чому пізно розумієш, як маєш, то тримає, це ніколи не забуду. Гітару грає. Піонерський табір, перша пісня, перший алконапій, каріочі, їм майже 14. Той, хто керує, увімкнув повільні танці. Ми біля вогню, гріємо долоні, пальці прагнуть опинитися в полоні. Пісня позабулася, але лишився грув. І як же її звали, я забув. Я забув все те, що важило. Я забув. Назавжди ніяк, але прошу, ти не думай, що вийде саме так. Ти пригадай ті миті, коло сонця у зеніті, коловини самовиті, до кінця відкриті. Бо потім буде пізно, потім стане зле. Сплять амури кляті, не чують мене, ти теж мене не слухай. Просто пам'ятай, не забувай нічого. Гітаро грай. Я забув все те, що важило. Я забув.
Okay, let's start to predict our future, my future. I'm the first one. Which hand? Left or right?
Left, as you said, it's related to the heart, and it's better to be left. Not better, but obligatory to be left.
Okay, it's left one.
So the line you see, the upper line, which is closer to the fingers, this represents the heart and the love life. So you can see a lot of, for example, in your case, it's deep, the line. So probably as a person, you're falling in love and you can stay in a relationship for a long time. And to be okay with this situation, long-term relationships. On the other hand, there are some people who have this line and other who don't have it. This is luck. This line is like crossing the hand and it stays in 90 degrees with the line for the heart. I can see it, but it's really short and it's here and it's related in your case with money. So this line, which is in the middle, this is the line representing the money and the material things in your life. So when it's again deep and it doesn't have many
short lines?
Short lines, yeah, crossing or something. This means that you probably have some profession which will be like not related to much journeys or to many journeys, moving or something like this. And you'll be like from 8 to 6 knowing what you do. But in your case, it's a bit more, well, if you're working as a journalist, this line is normal to be like this because it's like having a lot of
gaps.
They're not gaps, but side.
It's making a 2 or 3 more like little.
Yes, this may mean that you choose something else in some point of your life, that you refuse to choose another profession or something like this. And this is the lifeline, which is here. This is
close to the big finger.
Yes, close to the big finger, and it's going usually down the hand. Well, your life seems really long, and usually, which is really strange or not, maybe logical, most of the people have this at the end of their life have these 2 ways, like in your case and in my exactly the same. This may mean illness or some big choice you're making or some accident or some really meaningful thing in your life which you make it in 2 directions. And most of the cases they turn in they're long exactly the same length, so it won't change the during of your life, but
I have longer the right one.
Yeah, so maybe you know or not what to choose, but yes, and as you can see in your case this is the luck and it's related to one of the choices you make. So if you make one of these choices, it will be related to luck, maybe to win a lottery or something. And yeah, there are many cases. For example, in my case, there is this point where my luck and my money are getting into one point, which means that I can win a lottery or something, or I can accidentally win some money. So if you know the lines, you can predict a lot of things. And the other thing, if you have like little lines under your ring finger, exactly.
Yes.
If you have lines there, that means that you're a creative person. And the other thing,
I have to tell you.
And the other thing is that if the line of the heart is going to your middle finger, this means that you have friends and you will have straight relationship with them, with friends. So this is what I know from hand
And
predictions.
how you know it? From who?
Well, from she was back in the days our age now, but I was little, and she was predicting the future to some friends, and she told me everything I know. And yes, I'm not sure if it's true or if it's right and something or related to some kind of real science, or I don't know how to call it, but well, I know this from her, so
Good. My friend who were predicting me my future in Bulgaria when I was there on volunteering and trying to teach me how to do it was doing it in a little bit different way, but still those are predictions. And she told me that remember, every day you have new line in your hand, and if you read from hand, it can change everything. So maybe Cassandra, you're the second one.
I don't know if I want it, but okay.
your lines really look like mine. So yes, these are the laugh. This is the laugh life. You can see that you have several little and bigger, but it's again deep. So what I've taught is that you can be in a relationship to be I actually know a girl, a friend of mine, who has really short lines, like all her hand is almost empty or some lines everywhere. And if you're really predicting her future, you would say that she'll die really young and she will not fall in love, never. She maybe has luck, but you can see from all the lines she has, and that she doesn't have a heart even. So
I hope your friend is not listening.
So
no
yes,
luck, no life.
If you have to tell her, yeah, she was like, "Can you predict me the future?" And I was like, "Okay, don't give me your hand. I really don't want to.
Give me your feet."
Yes, so you also have a really long life, and you even don't have this kind of two ways to choose. It's really long. You have luck, it's related to money again, so you can win a lottery in some particular moment, but who knows when. And you also have this profession related to some activity, dynamic profession or something like this, from what I can see. You're a creative person, and these lines, yes, you have friends who care about it. This is what I can say fast.
So it was not too bad.
No,
It was good prediction.
Yes.
Olga?
You know, before I want to say that in Ukraine, as well as in all post-Soviet countries, there is a very popular name, and you probably know it, Natalia, and girls, you might know it too, I don't know, Baba Vanga. It's a person from Bulgaria actually, who lived in previous century, and she died in 1996. But it was a very, very famous future teller.
Yes.
And
There are a lot of documentary movies for those who haven't seen her and don't know anything. She really was famous. There were a lot of foreigners, people coming from different countries, continents to see her.
Mm-hmm.
She was kind of a miracle person, as they said. She was living in a village, small village in the mountain, and she was predicting the future, not only of some person, the people who were going there, but for politics and for countries. She was predicting that Obama will become president. 20 years before it, she said that there would be black men who will become a president, and she was predicting a lot of things, actually. There is a book with predictions from her, which were all right. Even I have this story about her, but she predicted illness for a friend of our family, and it was really correct, and everything was so yes.
As well as atmosphere in our studio is becoming more and more Bulgarian and mystical. I decided to tell this story, and maybe I'll give you my hand to tell my future, but after the musical break.
Я стою на порозі, я вже тут, я вже вдома, привіт. Не питай, де я був позавчора, вчора вранці, сьогодні торік. І не буди, життя не спав, не мовчи, все чую так. Не буди, життя не спав, я вже давно не вмію так. Відчиняй, я вдома. Відчиняй, я вдома. І не бався такими словами, не вбивай, я ж убитий прийшов. Роздягай і цілуй мої шрами, доки є все тільки твоє. Не буди, життя не спав, не мовчи, все чую так. Не буди, життя не спав, я вже давно не вмію так. Відчиняй, я вдома. Відчиняй, я вдома. Зачиняй скоріше всі двері, нема з ким тут ділити тебе. Залишай мене біля себе, навіть якщо немає мене.
Навіть якщо немає мене, не буди, не буди мене, не буди, не буди мене, не жени, не жени мене, не жени.
Відчиняй, я вдома. Відчиняй, я вдома. Відчиняй, відчиняй.
Going back to Baba Vanga, right? That was the name?
Yeah, it was the right name here, Baba Vanga, which is actually an idiom in Ukrainian and Russian language. For example, when someone of my friends is trying to predict the future, we can say, you're Baba Vanga, and ha 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 ha,
Really?
something like that.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's true. She's very famous.
I can't believe it. Because we are saying the same, but I didn't think that anyone in foreign countries says this.
It's so widespread, and it seems to me that everybody knows that. And actually, as you, Natalia, told, yes, I've heard the legend that Baba Vanga said that the 44th president of the United States would be from Africa, and that it will be the time when the United States probably would not remain the superpower and super state of the world no more. So I'm like observing what's going on and trying to find out if this prediction will come true.
So she predicted the economical crash.
Yes, something like that.
No,
yeah.
For the crisis, she was saying a lot of things about this before it happened. And for the issues now in Asia and the East, she was saying that a lot of things, actually, the contemporary history was so predicted by her.
Oh, Jesus. I have to read about what she predicted more, but maybe better not to have better psychological health. Okay, Olga, now it's time for your hand.
Okay. My dear future comes to me.
Is it the left? Yes. Okay. Well, here is a person with a lot of luck.
You have this line as if it's really strong, your line, so you have a lot of luck.
I hope nobody will kill me about that.
You have long life too, and in some point, as in Gabi, your life will be connected with luck. So maybe, but it's in the end of your life, so there are a lot of things which may happen then related to particular luck or something like this. Okay. Your heart love line, as far as I can see from here, there are some little, like, how can I say it? Crush was the name, like a little falling for someone.
Fall in love.
Yes, but as far as I can see, it's again deep, so you won't have this problem. And it's related your love with luck. In some point, you maybe meet someone by luck or something like this. You're also a creative person, and your money are closely related to luck in both ways. So you maybe have to find someone to help you, or someone by for having your position, but it's twice. Like, I haven't seen such thing. Your luck is related twice to your work, so 2 times in your life maybe it would be only by luck something you find as better position or something like this.
Oh wow, thank you. I should say it's a strange feeling to listen about your future. Yeah.
Yeah, but don't take it as a
As a truth. I know just that the line under the fingers, as you thought that this is the love line. My dear friend from Bulgaria told me that it means that you have a dirty mind or not. Connected with sex, of course. Don't look at me. No,
I hope we're not talking about our lives.
In the perfect case, they're both related, so love and sex. So it could be seen as one line. I don't know, but I don't know.
She told me
told.
if you have that line like with a lot of little lines, it means that you have really dirty mind.
Why you are looking at me?
I hope we're not discussing this in public.
Okay.
Let's change the topic.
Let's try, guys, you dear listeners, try to predict your future, and we'll come back after a short music break.
Usually drowns in a bathtub full of wine every morning. Helen Fry usually drowns in a bathtub full of wine every morning. Helen Fry, she usually drowns in a bathtub full of wine every morning. But today she skipped that part. She needs a moderate start. She took a shower instead to get the power she dread. She prepares herself mentally to hold your hand carefully, to hold your hand carefully. Oh.
Helen Fry, she usually drops in a bathtub full of water every morning. Helen Fry, she usually drops in a bathtub full of water every morning.
Let's talk about superstitions in your countries.
Very superstitions.
So in Ukraine,
We have lots of different superstitions, and I don't know much, I should say, and it's a pity because in our time of globalizations, internets, and something like that, people lose it like step by step. But I know some things from my mom and especially from my grandma. For example, that I cannot do anything related to work on Sunday because it's like a holiday. I mean, speaking it in two words, holy day, when God decided to take rest after creating earth, light, darkness, and everything around. And so that's why when I was, for example, preparing to wash up or to, don't know, to do something housework, or to prepare my things to the lectures at school, my mom was like, "You're going to do that? No, you cannot do that because it's a holy day, and it's not good to do that." And so it was like that. Now I don't put attention on it really, but my grandma still does like that.
okay, in Germany,
I think the statistics say that in Germany people are nowadays more suspicious than 30 years ago. I do not have any proof for that. I know that like in other countries some people are superstitious, some are not. And I think it's like in other countries that when a black cat is crossing the street, or if something's breaking, or if you see a ghost or something. I think what many people nowadays do is that if they go to a job interview or they have an exam, they take their talisman with them, and they believe that if they have it with them, that then they get better marks or the job or whatever.
what kind of talismans?
Different, like it can be a little figure, it can be something that a friend or your family gave to you. It can be basically everything. Also, we have this little, how is it called? The green little thing that you find on the clover leaf. So I think another thing in Germany is that people believe that if they find a clover leaf that has 4 leaves, then it means that you will be lucky, whatever this means then. But this is still popular. But apart from that, I think people are not so superstitious.
Okay, in Bulgaria,
I think that from what I've heard from you, we're the most superstitious. We have so many that I even checked yesterday. There are like more than 50 related to everyday life, some things, but I wouldn't say all of them. The black cat, of course, I think it's really common, superstitious. And breaking something in Bulgaria means luck, and it's really nice if something breaks glass or something.
In Poland, we have the sentence that if something falls down, it has to be crushed, break, because if not, there is unluck.
In Ukraine, we have a joke related to this story, because if something falls down from your hands, it means that you're clumsy, and if something falls down from the hands of your mother, it means that it needed to be really cracked, and it's a good thing for your family and for your house and everything. So we're joking this way.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you, how does it look in your countries? Because as we are talking about breaking things, in Germany we have this tradition that before you get married, you have this day, which is in German called Polterhochzeit, so meaning the pre-wedding, where you break glasses and all the stuff. So your friends are coming to meet with you. Everyone is bringing something made out of glass or other materials, and you break it all together, and then it means that the couple will have a lot of luck in their marriage.
It's kind of the same, but it's on the wedding, and the bride should break it with her high heels, the glass, which is put in some under some blanket or something. So the pieces represent the years of a happy marriage. And it's really funny when the glass is breaking in two parts, which means that they will have just 2 happy years. So it's better to push it a lot of times so it could break into a lot of pieces or something.
In Poland, we are breaking it also after the wedding. The couple is throwing it together.
I haven't heard about such a tradition in Ukraine, I would tell you frankly, but we have another tradition that in the wedding day, when the couple is going out of this ceremony hall, all the people take different candies and money and different nice things into their hands and throw it to the couple. So it means that you're like throwing happiness to them.
In Poland, we are throwing rice, white rice, and coins.
We do too.
And coins, and the couple have to take the coins, all of them.
Ooh.
To take the luck from the ground, just.
We are making the same.
And more in Bulgaria, superstitions.
For example, what is really common is, I don't know if it's in your countries, when you have some relative who passed away, the believing is if you're eating something or drinking something, if it accidentally falls down, you have to leave it like this, because this means that your relative who passed away just wanted to eat it. Yeah, a lot of people believe this, and they leave, if something falls, they don't clean it, they leave it for some time and then clean it, because it means that someone had wanted to have a dinner or something, and you have to leave it like this.
This is cute.
Maybe it's just an excuse for not cleaning.
It's a German approach.
Yes, really German approach, but well, in some point, if you leave all the food stay like this, it won't be.
If we are talking about the weddings, I remember a little bit from Poland. The bride shouldn't wear pearls because it means that she will cry during whole her marriage. And before wedding day, she should put her wedding shoes to the window because the God is seeing the shoes, and then he's making a good weather during the wedding day. And also she should have something blue and something old.
And
with
something
her.
borrowed.
Yes,
something old,
something
something new, something borrowed, something blue. I remember it from Friends episode, I suppose, from this series.
Oh yeah, we have it in Poland also.
Yeah, we have the same thing too. I've heard that in Poland it's very important to marry in a month where there is
R.
the letter R
Yes.
included. So we don't have it in Germany.
This is really funny because in Bulgaria we are considering the months who have R as cold months, and they're not okay for wedding. And we have it in Bulgarian like R means cold, and yeah, April is the last month who can be like cold, and then September.
Okay, no, in Poland we have most of the months with R. That's why I think.
Yes,
May.
they're different I forgot
Mm-hmm.
the name.
There's something funny in Germany. There is this tradition that the bride is gonna be kidnapped before the actual wedding, and then you have like the last evening in freedom. And I think I've seen it here in Poland too, but in Germany it's very popular that then the group of women or men is going to the city center, like dressed up and collecting kisses or money and everything. So basically, it's the last evening in freedom. So it very often happens that it's the evening where one of the couple is already cheating.
Oh, in Poland we have also this tradition, but I don't know if people are cheating that time. For sure, it's a party when guys and girls are separated totally. About the women, again, if you have New Year's Eve and you wake up, you shouldn't look first for the woman because it brings you unluck in the new year. If you are looking through the window or something, try to not look for the woman.
Girls, why it's always like that?
I don't know.
Brings, we have the...
And the woman shouldn't enter the house first during the first day of year. Yeah.
I've never heard about it.
This is a man who did this superstition.
Yes, definitely. It was because we have a lot of such stuff in Ukraine. I mean, for example, if you are going outside in the first day of New Year, it should be definitely a man whom you should meet firstly. Then there is another tradition which is connected to the Old New Year, as we call it, because earlier our forefathers celebrated New Year in the other date than we do nowadays. So in Old New Year, it's also better for guys to come first to different houses, and we have also a tradition connected with that guys just come to the old houses that they know at 4 a.m., let's say, in the morning, and to make this tradition work. I mean, to be the first person who will be a guy and who will enter the house, making it more happy in the following year. So it's creepy strange why guys always are happy and women are unhappy.
This is a man's word. Just okay. If we are talking about women and unluck, we have another superstition that the noon, when you see her, is always bringing you unluck. The religious one, the noon. And on the other hand, the chimney sweep guy, this wearing in black, cleaning the chimney, is bringing you luck.
Yes.
And if you see it, you have to catch the button.
Yes, we have the same tradition.
And the last question, because we have to finish, who are the future tellers in your countries? Are those usually the stereotypical gypsies, or all people, I don't know, who are writing the messages by SMS or something, or you have some future tellers who are in TV and you can call them?
Maybe I can start. I should say that we have a lot of gypsy groups who are basically walking around the city and bothering people, like offering them to tell the future, but usually it's connected not with the future but with our law and breaking the law. So probably in many times these people are really people who want to take money of you. And I respect gypsies, I respect their culture. I think that this nation has very nice music and very nice tradition, but sometimes it happens like that really group of gypsies are going and making bad things. But in the other hand, every person can do that. Just coming to another person and saying, I can tell your future, but you have to give me your money. Sometimes it works, unfortunately. But mostly in Ukraine, these future tellers are old people. They are the people who look like very experienced, let's say. So other people believe them more. It looks like that.
In Germany?
In Germany, I think future telling is not so visible on the streets. But of course, if you want to have someone who's telling you your future, then there are for sure various ways to find people. Like, as you said, on TV, there are like old women telling the future. There are also like future tellers connected to religious beliefs. So I think there's a lot, and as soon as you try to find something, for sure you will find a lot. I personally have never seen someone on the streets coming to me saying, I'm telling you your future and you give me money. I don't really know.
I had it 3 times, and one time I had it when my mom actually was caught by one person, and this person, I don't know, probably this woman, she knew some techniques, psychological techniques to make it work, because my mom was standing like she was charmed, and she was already given her money, and I was like, Mom, what you're doing? And she was, no, I know what I do, don't tell me that, don't touch me, I know what I do. And she was giving the money to this person, and I was like, Mom, what you're doing? So in the end of all of that, I finally fixed it. I made my mom go away from this person, but really I see how it works. I really see how it works, and it's
Oh guys,
it's
she's really angry now.
There was a struggle there.
Okay, in Bulgaria?
I've had some experience on the street with, as you said, gypsies. I even had this close to robbery case when I met a woman who was predicting me the future or something, and she wanted to give me money in one bush to give her. Not the opposite. So I decided not to give her, but she cursed me for not having a happy love life for the next 50 years.
Yes, they are like that.
I first, of course, was like, oh no, I'm cursed now, but okay, everything's okay. We have television channel, which is really interesting. So-called future tellers who are standing there whole night, and you can call them on the phone for a lot of money, asking them some things. We even have really, really curious cases with squirrels and some things like this. But they're really famous in Bulgaria. But there are people who believe and calling them. We have even a TV show about this, so maybe we are such nation, a superstitious nation.
When I was in Bulgaria, I didn't meet gypsies, just Bulgarians for free tried to predict my future. It was nice because I could see that it's like the tradition is going from generation to generation, that grandmothers are teaching granddaughters and they know, for example, how to predict the future from the hand. I look on the hand of Natalia and I see the red
yes
string.
This is really my mother's desire. So yes, this is protecting your daughter from evil forces, or I don't know. But as you can see, she's doing everything traditionally. These are 7 knots, if it's like this, yes. So she had to put it in my hand to make this knotting 7 times, and I'm now okay, nobody can safe. Nobody can do anything wrong.
In Poland, we are always putting the red string or the red ball to scare unluck from the baby. If you have baby with you, the little one. And the other thing to scare the unluck is that you are throwing the salt from your left hand through your arm.
Yes.
To the back, of course.
For me, it's very interesting to listen to the conversation we're having right now, because I feel like in Germany, these superstitious traditions are not so popular anymore, and it's so interesting for me to see how it is in other countries.
But we have also something like you. We have ESO TV or something. We have also...
The name is the same, actually.
So it's international.
Yes. I guess we have it too.
The most popular future teller is Wróżbita Maciej from Poland. He's a funny guy, of course. He's not telling the truth, and he's always with his cat. It's not real. It's like with some stuff inside.
Strange. Ours is also man, and he's with his squirrel. Like this.
So future tellers with animal. Of course, we have gypsies who are predicting the future. Of course, we have old women, but I think only in small villages. In the cities, you can't see it that much. Maybe usually you can see in the newspaper the advertisement that please send a message to the number blah 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 to know your future. The fairy Luna, it's telling you the future. Right, but still we have to end our conversation. Thank you, girls, to come to our studio again.
Thank you for hosting.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Don't believe in those superstitions a lot, only in those good ones. Thanks, Natalia, for reading my future and girls.
You're welcome. Now you have to give me some money after.
And this is the Bulgarian approach.
Yes. I can give you my heart. You told me that I have a deep heart, so just the love. Friends of course.
I hope our listeners are not scared now.
Yeah. Okay, we have to finish. Have a nice night. So good night, and we can hear each other in 2 weeks.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Sturz durch Raum und Zeit, Richtung Unendlichkeit. Fliegen Motten in das Licht, genau wie du und ich. Yeah. Irgendwie fängt irgendwann irgendwo die Zukunft an. Ich warte nicht mehr lang. Liebe wird aus Mut gemacht. Denk nicht lange nach, wir fahren auf Feuerrädern Richtung Zukunft durch die Nacht. Und ich sage, gib mir die Hand. Ich bau die ein Schloss aus Sand. Irgendwie, irgendwo, irgendwann. Die Zeit ist reif für ein wenig Zärtlichkeit. Irgendwie, irgendwo, irgendwann, ja schon. Mongo, Kriege. Yeah. Im Flug durch Zeit und Raum. Er wacht aus seinem Traum. Nur ein kurzer Augenblick, dann kehrt die Nacht zurück. Yeah. Irgendwie fängt irgendwann irgendwo die Zukunft an. Ich warte nicht mehr lang. Liebe wird aus Mut gemacht. Denk nicht lange nach, wir fahren auf Feuerrädern Richtung Zukunft durch die Nacht. Und ich sage, gib mir die Hand. Ich bau dir ein Schloss aus Sand. Irgendwie, irgendwo, irgendwann. Die Zeit ist reif für ein wenig Zärtlichkeit. Irgendwie, irgendwo, irgendwann checken.
Ich brauch Zweisamkeit wie ein Reiter, dann scheiß ich auf Tränen und Kleidermann. Dann wird für den, der mit Duden feist, das Leben zart wie Pudenfleisch. Ja, dann ist Schluss mit Einsamkeit, weil dann hat nie keiner Zeit. Dann ist mir nichts meiner Leid, zu zweit kommen nach dem Job die Feinarbeit. Lobbys gibt es viele, für das Hobby namens Liebe. Und mein Leben ist halt, warten auf die Gelegenheit wie Diebe. Irgendwann ist sie da, irgendwo finde ich sie bestimmt. Und die hat's dann in sich, und zwar doppelt mit dem Kind.
Irgendwie fängt irgendwann irgendwo die Zukunft an. Ich warte nicht mehr lang. Liebe wird aus Mut gemacht. Denk nicht lange nach, wir fahren auf Feuerrädern Richtung Zukunft durch die Nacht. Und ich sage, gib mir die Hand. Ich bau dir ein Schloss aus Sand.
Erasmus Evening.